Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video with me, MK from MK Darts, and Dean from Darts News Channel.
Hello once again, everybody.
Today we are looking at the second week of the Premier League, and we have a little discussion and do some predictions, as we're going to try and do every week for the Premier League.
Yep.
On the screen you see the current table, which is not very interesting after 1 week, of course, but still the table is there, the prize money, and of course this week's games, which we're going to discuss. In week 2, we're at the SSC Hydro in Glasgow.
Yeah, I'm very much excited for this week's action. I think it may be worth for us to just have a little touch upon what happened at the weekend on the Pro Tour. As many people have seen, it was an amazing couple of days in Wigan. 4 9-darters on one day, which is the most we've ever seen in one day's action. Shout outs there to Gert Nenges, Chris Dobie, Chizzy, and the Green Machine MVG. Dobie especially did it in the deciding leg against Dave Prince, coming back from 5-3 down.
Yeah,
which
that's
was
mental.
pretty spectacular. Of course, so on day one, MVG blitzed the field, took out Jermaine Watamina in the final. And on the Sunday, after Johnny Clayton had taken out MVG in the last 8 in a scandalous game, we saw MVG hit a 9-darter. Johnny Clayton, I think, averaged like 106 as he took him out.
Yeah.
And then Dave Chisnall went on to take the title in a sudden death thriller over this week's contender, Glenn Durham.
Yeah, Glenn, of course, one leg away from following in the footsteps of Stephen Bunting, who, of course, won his second event in the PDC on the Pro Tour. But, you know, the final is still pretty good, especially now. It's a lot more brutal than it was when Stephen did it.
Yeah, and I mean, Glenn was, as we touched on before we came on, 7-5 down, as with the new format they play to 8, like on the European Tour, not to 6 as it was the year previous. And 7-5 down with Chizzy left on 36, I believe. Durrant fires in a 170 check, which was unbelievable ball.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. I think the longer format is interesting. It probably favours the experienced players, the TV players, but also with people watching on the stream, people want to see more darts at the top end. So
I prefer the longer format.
It's only a few more legs. I don't think the players, although they got, I think it was in event 1, they got a bit confused and they didn't quite realise, and the official sort of had to say, "You're not finished. Carry on."
Yeah, that was in the semi-final between Watamina and Wright. So, as we know, in the semi-final, it's 1st to 7. Jermaine checked out 118, I believe, on the double 19. It was his first time into a Pro Tour, and he got super excited. Peter Wright also thought Watamina had won, only for the scorer to come in and tell them that he needed one more leg, which was pretty comical. And, of course, we're back in Wigan again this Saturday for 2 more Pro Tours.
Yeah, meanwhile, over in Kobe in Japan, there's Asian Tours 3 and 4, and of course in the video there's the Scottish Open.
Yeah, it's serious weekend of darts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Right.
But anyway, without no further ado, let's crack on with our predictions for the Premier League.
Yep.
So first up, we've got Snakebite Peter Wright against the Bully Boy Michael Smith. Now, we've got Peter Wright, who has a 15-8 head-to-head, and he's won both matches in 2019. He, of course, beat Smith on the MK stage at the Masters, 10-6, and he won on the Pro Tour at the weekend, 6-5. However, both their matches last year in the Premier League, Smith battered Wright 7-1.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty intrigued to see what you think is going to happen in this one.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, in general, for the matches, as you say, Peter Wright has the edge, but I think Michael Smith's going to win this comfortably.
Yeah.
I think 7-3.
I wrote down 7-4 to Smith. So I think Peter Wright is in good form. I mean, he seems happier with his setup, but just the way that Smith conducted himself against MVG last week, I think the Premier League format favours Smith to Wright, so I'm pretty happy with calling a Smith win there.
Yeah. Just a second. So we're looking at 7 and 3 or 4.
Yeah.
If we're happy with that.
And then, of course, next up we've got Voltage, Rob Cross against the Machine, James Wade. Now this one, I personally think this is the toughest match to call of the night. They played 10 times since Cross has been a PDC Pro. 4 out of those 10 matches have been a sudden death leg on European Tour and Pro Tour action.
Yeah, I think probably Premier League favours Rob Cross, but James Wade's been in great form on TV.
He has, and he had a good win at the start of the Premier League, of course, opening it off with a win against RVB.
Yeah, that's always a good win.
I've written down a draw for this one. I don't see anything that's... If you told me that I couldn't pick a draw, I'd go with Rob Cross, just. But,
yeah, like 7-5.
Yeah.
Like a draw or just an edge to Rob Cross.
Yeah.
So, what can we put here? So what we'll do is we'll put 6-6, but advantage Cross.
Yeah, Cross gets the advantage for that one.
That's more or less we get the idea of what we're trying to get across there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so very, very tight. So okay, yeah, if it's not 6-6, 7-5 Cross, one breaker through.
The way that both of them play, they're very steady and very good scorers and good finishers.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to see how either one's going to break away, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. James Wade's just great at staying with somebody.
Exactly. That's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one particularly.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm very much looking forward to this next one as well between RVB and Gezi.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Of course, Gerwyn Price in the news. He's, obviously he's been made an example of with the DRA, and there's talk of him appealing it. There's a lot of people saying he should appeal it, including, big names, Wayne Mardle, Phil Taylor even.
Taylor came out, I saw that the other day, saying he doesn't know what Gerwyn did wrong. Interesting comment from Phil Taylor. I thought that Gerwyn dealt with it very, very well.
I think he's been professional.
Yeah, he was. I mean, we saw after the Grand Slam, he didn't win a match up until the Premier League on Thursday, and he was so good against Darragani. For me, he was the performance of the night. Like, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I do think the crowd in Scotland historically loved Barney.
Yeah, and all the crowds are giving Gerwyn Price a hard time at the minute, so it's going to be a hard night for him. But
I think even more.
He does what he does last week. Celebrate at the right times, and just get on with it. This will blow over. I mean, it is what it is.
It will. It will. But I do think I personally think the crowd are going to carry Barney over the line on this one.
Yeah, I can see that happening. 7-4 maybe.
I wrote down 7-4, 7-5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Gerwyn, he didn't look that great on the Pro Tour, actually. He lost to Diego Portela.
No, but again, I think he's a bit of a stage player.
He is. But of course, we know he's won Pro Tour titles.
Yeah.
And he just, I don't really know what it was. Diego Portela actually played a very good match on opening day of the Pro Tour. But Gerwyn didn't look too good. So I think I'm happy with the RVB win on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I've put 7-4, 7-5.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay, then we have the contender game with Darragani taking on the current Lakeside champion Glenn Durrant.
Very interesting one to call.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at some interviews, and Glenn was saying he wants to use his walk on song one last time. Of course, it clashed with Adrian Lewis, so he's accepted that he's going to change it.
Yeah.
Because he's moved over to the PDC. Adrian Lewis is well established, so he's understand that he's going to change. But he said he wants to use it one last time. He'll be wearing his red and white shirt for the last time. After that, he wants to rebrand himself.
Yeah.
So I think this will mean a hell of a lot to him, because he'll see this as the change, the end of an era and the beginning of a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he played the Pro Tour weekends, but this is the first big PDC event he's in.
Well, this is definitely the biggest stage he's going to play on all year, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the Hydro is bigger than the Alexandra Palace.
Well, exactly. All the Premier League events are huge. It's going to be very interesting. But of course, Daryl Gurney is not a pushover. You know.
I favour Gurney, and the reason for this is Gurney last year in the Premier League, class. Yeah, the guy's won multiple titles. Obviously, he won 2 majors last year. He is a brilliant player, and I think Gurney's going to win this 7-4, 7-5. Is my pick.
Yeah, I go 7-5 or potentially a draw, but yeah, Daryl Gurney with the advantage. So
Yeah.
with the 7-5. But I think it will be a very high quality game. I expect to see Tampos averages on both sides.
Yeah, of course, Gurney actually didn't play too well in his opening night against Gerwin, but Gerwin was, as we just touched upon, Gerwin was fantastic.
Yeah, he was playing very well. The crowd were having a go at him, and then he was playing well, and the crowd sort of changed attitude a little bit. So it's hard to play against that.
Yeah, so Gurney should get a couple of points off.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, I think. Now, the last one. MVG against Mensah. Of course, Mensah, who opted not to play on the Pro Tour at the weekend. I would imagine he went home to get some sort of family time in, which means he's going to come back refreshed and potentially dangerous. Gerwin, Michael van Gerwen has a 10-4 head-to-head lead. Beat Mensah 7-4 in their only Premier League match. Of course, Mensah got relegated at the back end of the Premier League last year. Again, I can't see Mensah causing the upset tomorrow.
No, especially MVG playing very well, won a Pro Tour event, got fairly deep in another. You know, he was showing off a bit with the 10-dart leg on the bullseye. And he had the 9-darter, of course. I mean, he's just... he's in good form. He's trying to prove a point. You know, he wants to get as many titles as he can again. So I can't see Mensah putting an upset in. Yeah, you're right.
You've got to think how slowly Mensah started against Chris Dobie on week 1. To go 5-1 down, if he puts in a shoddy 6 legs against MVG, it's 6-0, and nobody's winning 7 legs in a row against MVG.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. Chris Dobie, you know, you've got to get chances. Against MVG, you're not. He's going to put in a couple of 12s and finish the job. Yeah.
So I've written down 7-3 to MVG.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with how these predictions are looking, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a Gurney Durrant's a tough one. Cross Wade is a tough one. I think we've gone slightly the wrong way round on the Peter Wright Michael Smith one, though, haven't we? Because we thought Michael Smith was going to win that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah, of course. Bear with me, and I will correct that.
No worries. But yeah, other than that, I think it's going to be another brilliant night of arrows, and I'm really excited to see how Dozer does on the big stage, on the really big stage.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It could be 50-50. You know, if he turns up or not.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be a very new experience.
It is, and it's something that he needs to go through. And I think to go through it in 1 week is probably the best thing for him at the moment. And,
yeah, he's getting thrown in at the deep end. Of course, he's played on TV before, he's played on stage before, but this is different.
This is unlike anything he'll have ever faced.
Yeah.
and he will hold his nerve. His throw's too solid for any real breakdown, but I, I'm still siding with Gurney, and I think I still will side with Gurney until tomorrow night.
Yeah, and then we find out.
And then we find out, and then we'll be back again this time next week with week 3 prediction video for you guys.
Yeah, indeed, and we all look forward to that, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.
Okay, and remember to sign up to our social media channels that are on screen. And good night.
Exactly. Get us